Hello everyone, my name is Willie Reed, okay, my name is, and today I am reviewing the movie Back to the Future for its 30th anniversary. Now, I've been looking forward to reviewing this movie for a long time because, I have the movie, I've watched all three of them, and I think it still holds up to this very day. I mean, it has been 30 years since this movie came out, and some people, if they watch it now, they probably wouldn't think much of it. But back then, when it came out, it was a big hit, and it was very popular and got a lot of people's attention. It also helped with Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd's careers as well, before they made some mistakes. But nonetheless, they did some pretty good job in this movie. And, well, let's take a look at the story, the characters, and the effects to see how well it holds up even years later. So the story focuses on Michael's character, Marty McFly, who gets sent back to the past in a DeLorean time machine car. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good idea when you think about it. And it was made by his friend Dr. Emmett Brown, who gets, well, shot by these people that he stole plutonium from that helps power the time machine. Marty gets sent back into the past and accidentally messes up the timeline on how his parents met and how they fall in love with one another. So Marty has to work with the past Doc Brown to help get their parents together and, try to fix the time machine so Marty can go home. And that's pretty much the whole story, is that he has to try to help his father, who's a total wimp, try to help him, stand up for himself, while at the same time having to deal with a bully named Biff, who he has to, you know, confront every time because Biff wants to marry Marty's mom, and Marty's mom's not interested in him, but instead she's interested in Marty because I don't know. It's weird, really weird that she's interested in him, even though that he's her kid, and it's really weird. But thanks to Marty, his dad's able to not only knock out Biff, but is able to get his mom to fall in love with him, and the two get together. While at the same time, Marty is also trying to help save his friend from getting shot in the future, even though his friend Doc doesn't want to know about the future because he's afraid it might mess up the timeline. But in the end, Marty does get back home. His friend does find out what happened and takes precaution. And, well, things change. Marty's dad is more successful. His mom you know, is in love with him, not like before, who she married him out of, feeling bad for him. And Biff ends up being a total wimp. What goes around comes around. And Marty and his girlfriend, things look like it ended pretty well for them until Doc returns and tells him that he needs his help to help fix something in the future. And, well, they go into the future with the car flying instead of driving, and that's the end of part one. Yeah, this was part one of the other two movies that were soon to come out, and that's pretty much the whole story. So, is the story good? Yeah, it's a pretty good story. I mean, can you imagine going back in the past, messing up how your parents meet, and you have to work hard to try to get them to fall in love? It's it's not easy, especially knowing that if you don't do that, you're not going to exist. So yeah, it's pretty good when you think about it, especially how well they did making the whole town look like it is the 50s. I mean, go just imagine you're from this timeline, this current timeline, and you go back to that time that don't have cell phones, that don't have internet, that don't have all the stuff that you love here in this time, and imagine going back to that time. It's it's not gonna be fun. I can tell you that much. It's probably gonna be a very big pain in the ass, but that's pretty much the story, and I like how it was told, how it feels unique, and a lot of people have made a lot of parodies based off it. So it's a great story. It still holds up to this day. But what about the characters? Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd, they're the two main characters. They play the role so well, especially Michael J. Fox, who I found out was during the making of this movie, he was working on the television show he was on. So having to do that back and forth, that is dedication. The guy is willing to do all of that just he's committed. He's committed to the work, and I like it. I mean, he shows how well he did in this movie. Christopher Lloyd, his character is fun. I love Doc. He's my favorite character. The other characters are okay too, especially the one who plays Biff Tannen. I like how well he played the bully, but I gotta say he definitely did not look like a guy I would see in high school. But it doesn't really matter. To me, it was still good. I like how the actors all played their roles, and how some of them, the other characters, the other ones that are used in the movie, looked at Marty, unsure what to think of him because he's wearing different clothing that they've never seen before. He's acting differently than any of the other kids they have seen in their time. So yeah, they did a good job playing their roles and how well it went. So good job, guys. What about the special effects and the whole designs and visuals of everything? How was it? I like how the time machine DeLorean looks. I gotta say when they did that, it made the DeLorean so iconic because whenever you see this movie and you see a DeLorean, you're gonna think the first thing that's gonna pop in your mind is Back to the Future. Obviously, no question. So I like how well they designed the time machine, how they explained everything scientifically, how the time machine works, and how it could affect the future and everything. I love also how they help get Marty back into the future by having a bolt of lightning struck this clock tower. They use it to as a conductor to help power the time machine and help it get to the future. I like how well they did that, especially how the time machine, when it goes into the future or goes in the past, whatever. I like how well they did that, how they did the whole visuals and everything for it, and how it leaves behind this long streak of fire. That's actually pretty cool. I always thought when you make a time machine, it's not gonna leave behind anything. It's just gonna disappear in a flash of light, and that's it. But no, that's how they wanted to do it in their way, and they did a good job for it. The design for the town in the 50s looked pretty good. They even had a lot of stuff that they used in the 50s for this movie, so that was a good job for it, guys. That was well done. And I also like how they brought in some coach. They call cult. Uh, I can't say the word now. I don't know why. Whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about. I can't say the word for some reason. But regardless, they did a good job making all these references. I like it, and I think they did a great job making this movie. If there's what are the flaws for this movie? Well, I think some of the flaws could be on. Um, I don't know. I can't think of any flaws with it. I think it would have to be how. No, I really can't think of much of anything. I'm sorry. I guess I just like this movie too much to think of any flaws for it. But yeah, they did a great job. I think I can only think of some flaws for the sequels that they made. Those are the only flaws I can think of. But other than that, this is a great movie. I think a lot of people will still like it even to this day. And I'm still waiting for the hover cart, guys, because in the sequel they had the future where they went to the future. It's 2015. Where's the hover carts? Where's our jackets that fix the size and everything of the sleeves? Where's everything? I want that, guys. I want that right now. So if you guys have a different opinion about this movie, leave some comments below. Let me know what you think, and I'll be here next time to give you more love and more entertainment. Take care. See you all next time. Ugh.